pranams to all Indians and non-Indians, and namaste to all Indians and non-Indians. I'm here in Pushkar, Rajasthan, India. Now the title is what it is, and before I go into the video, I just want all of you guys to know that I love India. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. I really love this country. This is my second visit here. So everything I'm going to be saying here, and probably adding a thing or two, is constructive criticism, because this is for the beauty of Mahabharat, great India. So let's dive into it, and I hope all of you doing very well today. And I know there are going to be some haters, and I invite you to watch the whole video through before you go and make hate comments in the comment section. This is constructive criticism. This is not throwing India under the bus or speaking ill of India. It's because I love India and I would like some of these things to improve. And if you want to see some other YouTube blogger that did something like this before, back in 2018, that's Bald and Bankrupt, 10 things I hate about India, that's what he did. But I don't hate India. Let's go. So you see all the flags today here, because today is Saturday, January 20th. And on Monday, even though this video will be uploaded later, after, it's going to be the consecration and inauguration of the Ram temple in Ayodhya, India, Ayodhya, Bihar, India. So if you don't know anything about Ram, do the research. Let's go into this video straight shot through. Now at number 10, and I gotta read this because some of these things I can't remember, and I want to be as organized as possible. I wish you, I'm talking about the people that this applies to, I don't know what percentage of India is like this or behaves in this way, but I wish you respected the lines people make. You know, respect for the lines people or the queues people are making at the train ticket office or bus ticket office or at any shop to get something. And it's like you just jump into the line and you don't care about anybody else, the people that this applies to. A lot of Indians are very respectful. But some are not. That's the entrance right there to the Brahma temple. And let's keep going as we walk along here, along the main strip here in Pushkar. So yeah, it's about respecting people when they're standing in line. And I've had to, and I've seen Indians telling other Indians, even the train ticket office person or the train ticket office person having to scold Indians that are cutting in front of other people, not respecting the fact that other people have been standing in line for 5 or 10 minutes waiting to be attended to. So respect. This will make travel in India for Indians and foreigners better, because I'm saying this because a lot of foreigners have a bad conception of India, because other foreigners who have come, many have spoken ill about this and other topics that I'm going to discuss. So this is to make India a more pleasant experience for Indians and non-Indians like myself, because I'm a Colombian American. Colombian because my mother was Colombian and my father is Colombian, from Colombia, South America, and American because I was born and raised in the USA. So we keep going and all that. And he's an example of something else, but I'm not going to get into that. Number 9. I wish you didn't ride or drive so carelessly. I repeat that. I wish you didn't ride a motorcycle or drive a vehicle, a car, a truck, or whatever, so recklessly, meaning that you don't care about what people are doing and all of that on the streets. And you'll see that. And it's very dangerous. And for us Westerners from Western, let's say, cultures, whether it be Australia, New Zealand, the USA, or Colombia, or England, or Canada, whatever, it's just like you see some of these guys are just going quickly on these lanes that are so heavily congested with pedestrians, and they don't care. And these are Indians mostly. 95% of the riders are Indians, because I think only maximum 5% are foreigners riding a motorcycle or driving a car in this country. That's a lot. So this is applying to Indians that are doing this. I'm not saying all 95% of Indians that ride or drive are doing this, but many are, and they don't care about people's safety. And they're almost hitting, like this guy's, okay, he's coming really fast. He was just coming really fast right there, and that is making people feel uncomfortable, especially foreigners and with children, and Indians with children. The other day I saw where one motorcycle rider almost hit a child, and the father who was with the child is like 3 years old, and the father's like, yo man, what's your problem? What are you doing? He had to give the guy a mean face, like, you almost hit my kid. So imagine how foreigners feel that we're not used to this craziness, and you guys are used to it, and that's not cool. That would make the country more of a pleasant visit, safer, because we would feel safer if that happened. And all of this, I got my friend Bam Bam here, so I'm gonna say what's up to Bam Bam for a minute. Bam Bam, namaste, kaise ho, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram. So, that was Bam Bam. He's a pujari here at Badrighat. And here's an example. These things sometimes they're just coming at you. If you don't get out of the way, they'll run over you. There are a lot of hit and run accidents or incidents here in India. And there was a protest the other day by truckers that because the government was going to impose a law or pass a law that would punish by 10 years in jail truckers, drivers that were hitting people on the road and then just fleeing, running away from the accident, not caring for the person they just had hit or killed. But I'm not going to get into that, but that is a thing that happened here recently. There was a nationwide strike by the trucking association, whatever. Number 8. I wish you didn't smoke in a restaurant. I mean, I don't know if there are any real Indian laws. I don't know, you guys tell me if there are any real Indian laws. Oh, that thing right there that's just happening right there, that's another one. But I don't know if there are any Indian laws that prohibit, that ban smoking in restaurants, but I haven't seen any sign in any restaurant or cafe I've been where it says no smoking. And I gotta make one clarification about the people smoking in restaurants. And I just remembered by the experience I had in the restaurant right now and in cafes, I even see foreigners doing it a lot too. Not just a lot of Indians, but a lot of foreigners. So this goes out to foreigners too. Come on, guys. Be respectful in the restaurant. Let people eat in peace and not have smoke going into their face while they're trying to enjoy their food. So this news is conflicting. I'm reading in another website about tobacco control in India, and it says that any restaurant, cafe that has seating capacity for more than 30 people, then it can be allowed. But I've been in cafes where you can't have more than 30 people, and still it's allowed. You know, they say no smoking zone on the ghats here, but not in restaurants. And that's very uncomfortable for Indians and non-Indians who are trying to have a peaceful, healthy meal without having smoke blown in their face. Because secondary smoke is even more dangerous than primary smoke. You know, you want to smoke, go smoke somewhere where you're not gonna bother somebody who's eating in a public space that is not a restaurant. And us foreigners in countries like Colombia, the US, Canada, and many European countries, if not all of them, it's banned, it's prohibited. Punishable by a fine and even maybe a ride down to the police station. So that's the thing, you know, why would you want to make other fellow Indians and foreigners feel uncomfortable and unhealthy when they're having their breakfast, lunch, or dinner in a restaurant and you're smoking a bidi or a cigarette right next to them on at the next table? How can you enjoy a meal like that? I can't. It sucks. But hey, ye jindagi hai. This is life. What can we do? I'm just letting you guys know, because maybe education starts at home. If you start educating your children to be respectful, not to go offending other people with crazy smoke and crazy riding and driving and whatever, or educating your children to respect lines, just like it's done in other countries a lot. Here it is done too, but very small scale, I imagine. I don't know. Number 7. I wish you used earphones or headphones when you're listening to music or making a phone call, talking to somebody on the phone. Really, I wish you would use headphones. And when I say you, I'm not talking about all of India. Remember, I'm talking about who this applies to. If the shoe fits, wear it. This doesn't apply to all Indians. I know many Indians who are very respectful. I don't know all of India, but a lot of the Indians I've met, many of them are respectful. Observe these rules of respect, common sense. So you're sitting there at the next table, next to me in a restaurant, and they got the background music playing, and then you go ahead and start playing your music on your phone, or you start having a loud conversation. And I'm at the next table, or another Indian is at another table trying to have a peaceful meal, and the background music in the cafe or restaurant when it's happening is enough. We don't need 3 or 4 more variables disrupting our peaceful meal. We're trying to eat food peacefully. That doesn't go on at the Langar Hall, at the Gurudwaras, or inside temples. The pujaris and the people come and say when they're having prasad, hey, turn off your music. Hey, go make your phone call outside, man. Let people eat in peace. They're eating the prasad, the food that is offered to God. So let it be peaceful. Well, whatever. This is life. So, and at the same time, that's no thank you, no cobra for me.
Good cobra.
Yeah, good cobra, bad cobra, no cobra for me. Not even Cobra Khan. G.I. Joe, baby. So, ooh, there we go. And let's see. Number 6. I wish people spoke more softly. I don't know how many Indians do this, and even non-Indians that come here, foreigners. But when people are having a conversation with another one, some of these dudes, and I've seen it just basically with a bunch of Indians and 1 or 2 foreigners here or there, speaking so loudly, like they're screaming their lungs off, and they're right next to you talking to another dude, and you're like, dude, man, I know you got a lung capacity, but please, can you speak more softly? Or lady, sometimes. Sometimes like at the guest house where I'm staying here, Pushkar, it's right in the lane, and at about 5:30 in the morning, some people start passing by, like a group of people, pilgrims, I don't know where they're coming from, what part of the country, or if it's from inside Pushkar here, and they're speaking so loudly. It's, for God's sake, oh, hey Bhagwan, hey Bhagavan. Why do you have to be screaming or speaking so loudly at 5 in the morning or 5:30? There are people still sleeping. There are people doing meditation. There are people doing their puja silently. And you're walking by 2 or 3 and speaking like there's no tomorrow, like you're a loudspeaker, like you got a megaphone coming out of your mouth. Well, there we go. But, you know, these are my wishes. It's not like anything is going to change big time. I mean, Harold Balder did his back in 2018, and I don't know what other YouTubers, Indian or non-Indian, have done videos like this before that. And has much changed? Very little, very little, very little, very little. Okay, this is one big one, number 5. I wish you, and I remember, it's not all Indians, it's youth, people who this applies to, especially shopkeepers, shop assistants, people that have their shops, like all these shops I'm walking by, these stores. I wish you would stop giving foreigners, and even Indians, you give it to Indians too, mostly to Indians, and then to a few foreigners like us, but Indians usually don't fall for that. Indians already know the trick, but foreigners, we don't know. So you guys give foreigners money that is bad on purpose, money that has tears or burn marks on them. And or even here in Pushkar, they don't accept 10 rupee coins. Das rupee. I'm like, what? And I've gotten here a few times, and then when I've gone to pay somewhere else with the 10 rupee coin, they're like, no, we don't take that here. I'm like, what? The first time when they told me that, I'm like, what? This is a coin. It doesn't have a tear. It's not worn out. No, sir, we don't take that. But you guys just gave it to me at another store here. I'll go return it to him or her. I'm like, really? Wow. Like I could remember which one I got it at after making so many purchases for a couple of days. And that infuriates us. It's not the money. And you're saying, yeah, you're an American. 10 rupees is nothing for you. Stop complaining, American, you cheap ass wipe. I know probably some of you are saying, Eddie, you're a cheap mother effer. It's not about the money, it's the principle. You don't go giving people money that other people won't receive, and you already know it. That's bad on you. Shame on you, the person who's doing that. And I could care less if you don't like what I'm saying. That's how I am. Because I just want constructive criticism to help make the experience for us foreigners here in India better, because India is beautiful. I repeat, India is a beautiful country, and there are a lot of beautiful people here. I have been treated so well by so many Indians, but there are those few who are just jerk-offs. So, please, guys, for those of you who want to make a change, like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, go take a look in the mirror, meditate on that. And do you still want to continue on the path of untruth? Or do you want to go on the path of truth? You know, the choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that. So now I'm very conscious when people give me bills back. I look at if it's got any tears, or if it's mended with tape, or if it's got any burn marks or any scribbles on it, pen marks, like some writing on it. I just, I give it back to them. I say, sorry, man. Give me a bit different bill. I tell them in Hindi. I say, nahi, give me a better bill. This no good. I say, nahi acha, no good. At number 4, I wish you would stop thinking all white people are rich. This is such a misconception in Colombia, in Ecuador, in Venezuela, in South American countries, Central American countries, here in Asian countries. And when you see our face, this is what you see. When we see white people or people that look semi-white, you see this. You see this. This is what you see. You see, oh my goodness, this guy has got money. He's rich, or she's rich, or this woman. So let's charge him 4 or 5 times the normal price. They can afford it. That's so deceitful. And that, I mean, how many Indians are white? Maybe 1%? I don't know, 2%? So the rest of us are coming from 4 countries. From the US, from Canada, from England, from Germany, from Italy, from Russia, from South Africa, from New Zealand, from China. Yeah, Chinese are white too. Japan, South Korean. Namaste, namaste. And so you go, it's not all of you. Remember, I'm not saying all Indians do this, but there is a percentage. Like I said, I don't know what percentage it is. You guys know more than me. You who are Indians have lived here your whole life, or lived here part of your life and then went somewhere else. You know, watch out. Don't get the bull mad. They clobber you with their horns or their hoofs. Well, no, not the hoofs, just the horns. Their things. So, we're not rich. Some of us have to work hard and save for 2 or 3 years to be able to make it to India, to Thailand, to Indonesia, to Korea, whatever country we want to make it to, all the way from the Americas, all the way from the US or Canada or Colombia. And I don't even live in the US. I don't even work in the US. I don't even work for a US company. I haven't lived in the US since 2012. I've lived most of my adult life in Colombia, South America. I don't make dollars, I make pesos. I make pesos, guy, not dollars. So you guys think we're all rich. And I'm talking about you guys that this applies to. Not all Indians believe this or follow this. Another thing is, I wish you guys would stop beeping your horns on the motorcycles, blow horn. It's even on the back of some trucks. blow horn, blow horn. And you blow it all the time, and it's so disrupting. It just kills the feeling of shant, peace. Om Shanti, 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 Om. It kills that sense of peace that we have in our mind. You're beeping for a bunch of illogical reasons. You don't know how to use the horn. And even in cities like, I think, Mumbai or Delhi, there are zones now, or in all the city, where there are signs that say no blowing horn. And it says illegal to blow horn. You will get a fine. You will get a penalty. Because people are becoming aware of it in the big cities like Delhi and Mumbai and I don't know where else in India. Jai Ho, Ram Ram. He's always saying that to me every time I pass by every morning. All right, another one. See, this guy's just blowing the horn. There was nobody in his way. This is all just crazy. And then that's another one I'm gonna add right now. I wish you guys would stop the tuk-tuk drivers, the auto rickshaw drivers. There's a lot of drilling right now here. I'm gonna veer off for a moment. I wish you guys, the tuk-tuk drivers, that this applies to the auto rickshaw drivers. Yes, yes. Some people are saying, oh, you don't call them tuk-tuk. Those auto rickshaw ride drivers are saying tuk-tuk, sir, tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk. It's not that we are saying it, it's because you guys are telling us it's called a tuk-tuk or an auto, tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk. So I wish you would stop bothering us when we're walking on the street. Like in any country in the world, when somebody needs a taxi, they will flag a taxi down, whether it be an auto rickshaw, tuk-tuk, regular four-wheeler, taxi, cab. So a person's just walking by, relaxing, and tuk-tuk, sir, tuk-tuk, auto. I'm like, dude, did I even make a gesture about needing one? No. But so annoying. And they don't do that to Indians usually. A couple of Indians maybe, but they used to do it to us white boys, us white girls. Here's another one. I wish you would stop sweeping the trash onto the street. And these are shop owners and Indian store owners here in India. And it's just so crazy because it doesn't make sense. You sweep, like, I'm making a pause right here or putting it over this video right now. The lady that was, and this is a lot, store owners, shop assistants, just sweeping the trash all into the middle of the street. How illogical, how absurd, how stupid is that? Because the trash is going to come right back in your face, the dust and everything, and the trash especially. The dust is always there on the dust on the floor, but the trash you can pick up and put it in a bag or in some waste paper bin or something, some garbage can, but you don't. And this is your country. It's such a beautiful country. And why do you insist on making it dirtier and uglier? Why do you insist on doing that? And I'm gonna add another one. Somebody sees a man walking around me, I'm walking around with this camera in my hand, I'm filming. I wish you would stop interrupting any person that is making a video just to try to sell him or her something, you know? I even forgot about the numbers now. Who cares about the numbers? But I'm gonna go to number one in a moment, the last two, and call them number 2 and 1. So yeah, number 2. I wish you would stop littering. This is number 2. I wish you would stop littering. I've seen from little children to grown-ass adults, even old men and women, crumple up a little thing, a little chai thing that they got a little chai in, the little 10 rupee chais or 20 rupee chai sized little cups, and they crumple it up, and right in front of everybody they throw it onto the street. And these are even shop owners, shop assistants, and everybody in general. This is your country, man. This is your land. Why do you want to see all of this trash on the floor? I've had the same issue with Colombians, and they got better at it. It's taken like 35 years because they used to throw trash. Colombia, my parents' home country, they used to throw trash out of bus windows, out of cars, taxis. They would be walking on the street and just dropping trash everywhere, like candy wrappers or potato chip, crisp packages and everything. They would just throw garbage on the floor like nothing, all over the place. It's still a problem in some areas, but it's getting better, a lot better. A lot of the cities have become very clean in Colombia, and some are even exemplary of the cleanliness they have. And this would make your country a whole lot more beautiful, a lot more enjoyable for you Indians and for us foreigners who come here. And we could go back to the world, to the countries we come from, and speak marvels about incredible India, because India is incredible. I will continue to come back here no matter what, which leads me to number one. I wish you weren't so addictive, India. India, I wish you weren't so addictive as a country. Bharti log bahut acha hai. Bharti log bahut acha hai. Indian people are great. Indian people are great. And I wish you weren't so addictive. This is my second trip to India, and I'm going to be here for a total of 6 months on this trip. The first trip I was here for 48 days, so that'll put me at almost 8 months when I leave. And I'll come back at the end of this year, towards the end of this year, for another 3 months, because we can only be here for 180 days total each calendar year. In terms of the ones that have like the American nationality, Canadian nationality, Japanese nationality, or British nationality, we can stay for 180 days straight, or we can divide it up during the calendar year for 2 months here, 1 month there, and 3 months in another part of the year, in case we want to come during different times for festivals and all that. I love India. I love India for the spirituality it has given the world. This is the last spiritual stronghold in the whole world, and I love India because it's all inclusive. Even though some people hate it, some other people, in terms of their religions or whatever they're following, but Hinduism is not a religion. It's a way of life. It's not a religion. Hinduism is a way of life. It means you can approach God in any which way you want to. There are no restrictions. You don't have to be a follower of just of Christ or of Odin or Allah or Beavis and Butthead or Ren and Stimpy or Jack and Jill or Ren and, or whoever, or Bald and Bankrupt. You can follow God in any which way, shape or form you want to, as long as you are not disturbing another person's peace directly. So that said and done, I love India's son and daughter, everybody, friends. And that's it. Acha din hai. Have a good day. Shubkamna, good luck. And remember, this is all constructive criticism. I really want India to stand out as a shining beacon of hope, of spirituality, even for people to come here just for a vacation if they're not interested on the spiritual, but they want to come and see incredible India. Places like I've been to, like Amritsar, like Rishikesh, Chandigarh, the Himalayas like Parvati Valley, or other places like Jagannath Puri or Bodh Gaya or Kashi or Mumbai or Delhi, Prayagraj, the list goes on, Udaipur, here Pushkar, and whatever other places I will visit. I will keep coming back. Right Cal? Right? Where's chicken, Cal? Cal, where's chicken? Okay, Cal doesn't like me saying, asking about chicken. Maybe Cal's not happy that chicken is not around right now. So I'll keep coming back for as many times as I can, because I love India, and it doesn't matter how many bad experiences I'll have here, they will never outweigh the beauty, the spiritual power, the Shakti, the Shanti that is in India. For me, a spiritual seeker of the truth, a seeker of the truth, a spiritual journey person. That's all it is. And if you want to see what I do spiritually speaking, check out Spiritual Eddie. And that's it, because we're rocking steady. From Pushkar and Jai Sitaram, Jai Sitaram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanumanji, Jai Mahadev, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.